Namaskar, a warm welcome to all inquisitive audience. Today we are going to have brief overview on industrial paints. Let's start with the introduction. Paint can be defined as a fluid material which when spread over surface in the form of a thin layer will form a solid, adherent and cohesive opaque film. Painting is normally carried out for the following reasons: protecting surface from insects, rain, solar radiation and other external factors. Simpler maintenance, that is, well painted surfaces are easier to keep clean and safe, increasing the visual appearance of the surface, waterproofing and increasing the surface durability. Before selecting any type of paint, the following factors should be kept in mind: type of surface to be coated, initial cost and life cycle cost, life of paint, maintenance cost, exposure condition, workmanship available, coverage, washability, color options available, resistance to abrasion, environment impact, ease of application, reasonable drying period, forming a thin film without cracking and forming a hard and durable coating. Types of paint. Based on the type of solvent, paints are broadly of two types, that is oil based and water based. But based on utility, paints are classified as domestic and industrial paint. Today we are going to have an overview on industrial paints. Industrial paints or coatings are a protective layer that prevent damage to industrial equipment. This enhancement add value far beyond the cost of buying or applying the paint or coating. Typical type of industrial paints available in the market are alkyd paint, vinyl paints, chlorinated rubber paints, epoxy mastic paints, polyurethane paints, polyester paints, vinyl ester paints, inorganic zinc paint and organic zinc paint. First is alkyd paints. These paints are oil based paints with alkyd resins. They are mostly used for decorative purpose and for protection of steel exposed to relatively mild environment. Its water resistance property are not so good, hence can only be used above water. Its drying process is also temperature dependent. Benefit are easy application with both airless spray, roller and brush, good adhesion to the surface and good penetration properties, easy to repair details in the paint film during application. It also has good leveling properties, but this paint has certain limitations. It has poor resistance to chemical, limited water resistance, limited resistance to solvent. It cannot be used on zinc primer and the film thickness per coat is very limited. Vinyl paints and coatings. A vinyl coating is a type of coating that is composed of synthetic deposited or applied on the surface of an object, mainly to improve its properties and to create a protective barrier against surface deterioration due to the object's reaction with the environment. These coatings are widely used as industrial coatings in chemical plants, refineries, tank farms. These coatings are physically drying. They are one component paints and are easy to apply by airline sprays, brush and rollers. Benefits: good chemical resistance, good water resistance, quick drying property and not so temperature dependent. Limitations: low solid content, poor resistance against strong solvent, dry heat resistance up to approximately 80 degrees, high content of volatile organic compound. Chlorinated rubber paints. This paint is an odorless pale yellow resin prepared by adding up to 65% chlorine to an elastomer such as natural rubber, butyl rubber or styrene butadiene. Chlorinated rubber produce a hard, tough, glossy film. These coatings are widely used as industrial coatings in chemical plants, refineries, tank farms, bridges and marine structures. These are physically drying paints. It has good resistance to water and traditionally been used on ships, other marine structures and in swimming pools. The benefits: they are physically drying, no separate preparation or temperature is required for drying, easy to recoat, very good water resistance, good chemical resistance. But limitations: it has poor solvent resistance, had low solid content, poor wetting properties and high content of volatile organic compound. Epoxy coatings. An epoxy coating is a coating compound consisting of two distinct elements, that is an epoxy resin and polyamine hardener, also known as a catalyst. When mixed, the resin and a hardener engage in a chemical reaction that creates cross-linking of the element as it cures. Epoxy coatings are available in different varieties. Each one of them is made to meet certain requirements. They have very versatile coating and are used in ships and offshores under and above water due to good adhesion and penetration properties. From protecting pipeline to ceiling, warehouse floors, an epoxy surface coating protects surface strength materials and protects them from corrosion and decay, making epoxy one of the most widely used industrial finishes. Benefits: they are good water resistance, they have good adhesion to the substrate, good chemical resistance, good alkali resistance and they are highly durable. But limitations are: they are poor resistance to UV rays, they are difficult to overcoat, moderate resistance to acids. Epoxy mastic coatings. It contains two components, a base and a hardener. Applied with a steel brush, it is used to protect against pitting corrosion on hard steel surface. Mastics are among the most versatile coatings for industrial and marine use. They have good resistance to water and are used on ships and other marine structure. It can also be used for decorative purpose when a top coat is required. Benefits: surface tolerant, light colors, good water resistant properties, good chemical resistant properties, high solid content, low volatile organic compounds. Limitations: temperature dependence, not to be applied on thick coats of physically drying paints. Minimum thickness is 150 micron by LS spray. Polyurethane coatings. These coatings are mainly used as top coat in epoxy paint system or individually as protective coatings. These coatings fill a vital niche for high performance application over metal, concrete, wood and plastic. While a polythene system will initially cost more compared to an epoxy, it is far more cost effective in long term. In fact, the lifespan of a PU system is roughly double that of epoxy, clocking an impressive 10 years compared to the epoxy 5 years. PU systems also benefits from their increased wear, abrasion and impact resistance properties. PU coatings have been used for many years as the finish coat in industrial such as automotive and commercial transportation vehicles, offshore and onshore oil and gas structural steels, vessels, accommodation modules, pipeline external retails and commercial architectural and structural steel works, paneling, furniture balusters, infrastructure including bridges and tunnels, and bulk storage tank externals. They are also used as waterproofing treatment layers on roofs. Benefits: weather resistance, excellent gloss durability, good chemical resistance, good solvent resistance. Limitations: two component coating, and they are harmful for the applicators as they can cause skin irritation. Polyester coatings. Polyester powder coating is a type of coating that is applied with a spray gun as a free flowing dried powder which is electrostatically charged and sprayed onto a material. The process involved coating metal in powder form and baked to a fluid state to bond it to the product surface, creating a protective layer. These are quick curing glass flake reinforced and then high built coatings. Polyester coating provide long term corrosion protection. It has very good resistance to water and moisture. The polyester coatings are dry to handle and can be applied in a film thickness of 300 to 1500 micron per coat. Polyester coatings are a large portion of the construction, automotive and aerospace markets as they can be engineered to provide excellent properties including mechanical impact, UV and chemical resistance, waterborne, high solid, low VOC and powder coatings. Benefits: quick curing, easy application with airless spray, great mechanical strength, great water resistance property, very good chemical resistance. Limitation: they are temperature dependent and recoating can be done after an interval of 2 to 12 hours. Vinyl ester coating. Vinyl ester can be used for concrete and steel tank linings or as a concrete floor topping. Vinyl ester resins are a cross between polyester resins and epoxy resins. This coating typically exceed both polyester and epoxy in corrosion resistance, temperature resistance and elongation. These coatings are known for their good solvent and chemical resistance. This offers very good adhesion to both clean steel and concrete. The vinyl ester is effective against a wide range of chemicals. Its temperature resistance is also high in comparison to other traditional paints. Benefits: very good adhesion, good abrasion resistance, good chemical resistance, good solvent resistance and can be applied with normal airless spray. Limitations: its overcoating interval is minimum 2 hours and maximum 24 hours. It has limited shelf life and they are temperature dependent during application. Inorganic zinc coating. An inorganic zinc coating is a type of coating that possesses the distinct ability to give corrosion protection to surface such as steel. As name implies, this type of coating has large amount of zinc metals dust mixed with a binder. Inorganic zinc coatings are very resistant to different chemicals and especially solvents. They are used as primers and have the ability to provide cathodic protection. It acts as a protecting steel substrate and reduces the risk of having undercutting corrosion. Its multiple top coats are used for offshore structures, ships, industrial plants, refineries, tanks, bridges, etc. Benefit: very good solvent resistant, very high heat resistant, high mechanical strength, good adhesion to clean steel, good recoatability. Limitations: requires humidity for curing. Organic zinc paint used as a holding primer both at industrial plant and within shipping. It has quick drying properties and the overcoating interval is relatively short. It also enables cathodic protection. It offers very good airless spray application properties. Benefits: good corrosion protection, good adhesion, good mechanical strength, short overcoating time. But limitations are temperature dependent, two component material, dry heat resistant up to 120 degrees Celsius, and they are not acid and alkali resistant. Thank you.